Good morning, everyone. Today's spread's going to be a little bit different, you guys. I don't know how much different it'll be, but I'm reflecting on something that recently happened. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how different it'll be, but here I am. I'm going to do a voiceover. So this is me just kind of getting grounded, where I'm going to start today, what I'm doing, touching the pages, an intuitive type of journaling I love doing. It's early morning, and I love getting up early and journaling. It's funny, when I can get up early, I don't. But this morning I journaled in my writing journal, and there was a quote that I love. It's called, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." It made me think about some things that I was going through. I was thinking, I'm going to do something that reflects how I'm feeling right now, what I'm thinking in terms of time, in terms of what I want for my life. We lost a good friend of ours. He was only 55. Passed away in his sleep. And some people might say that that's a peaceful way to die, and maybe it is. But when someone leaves like that, it shakes something loose inside of you. At least it did for me. It makes you ask questions you can't ignore anymore. About time, about choices, about whether you are actually living the life that belongs to you. See, life doesn't come at you. Life is happening. It's not coming, it's happening. I love this part of journaling. I actually think this is probably the most therapeutic part. I'm using tacky glue right here, and what I do for the tacky glue to make it go longer and not so thick and gloppy, my technical word for that, is put water in it and just stir it around. It lasts a while, to be honest. And for some reason, I'm being really sensitive with the Mod Podge and the smell of Mod Podge right now. So I haven't been using Mod Podge. But I love this part of journaling. Putting textbook pages on my paper, on my blank pages. It's relaxing. In this journal spread, you're going to see that I choose some doors, and they're kind of symbolic. I was looking for doors to find, like, to symbolize new things, doors to decisions I had been avoiding, and doors that don't stay open forever. Actually, I felt like I was standing in front of one of those doors myself. See, for a long time, I thought I needed more credentials, more education, another degree. I have a master's, and I was trying to get another master's degree. And I told myself, it was about impact, about legacy, about doing meaningful work in the world. That's what I convinced myself why I needed it. But one day someone asked me a simple question: why are you doing it? And the answer came out of my mouth: for the credentials. That moment was clarity. It was like, whoa, for the credentials? Really, Trudy? I didn't need that. And I had to convince myself that, you know what, if you stop now, it's not failure. It's not quitting. It's just clarity. Clarity about what's important to you. Sometimes clarity sounds quiet. It comes as a sentence that doesn't sit right in your mouth. And when you hear it, you can't unhear it, and you can't ignore it. So I just changed my mind. And you know what? Changing your mind is probably one of the most courageous things we can do. It's not failing, it's just becoming. I also had to face another truth, that the job, the role that I do on a day-to-day basis didn't feel aligned anymore. I just started this job, you guys, and I thought I would be okay there, that it would be fine, you know, a job's a job, you get paid pretty decent, and you just go on your merry way. But I don't want to do things I don't want to do. It's like one of those, you know, just quiet knowing that this isn't where I belong long term. That's how I felt about that. It's kind of like that in between space and uncomfortable. But you guys, that discomfort felt like the doorway. Do something. So I put my resignation in. I stepped away from what didn't feel right without having an entire plan figured out. I didn't have another job. And guess what? That space opened. When I put my resignation in, I was offered an opportunity that aligned with what actually matters to me. I wanted to be a therapist, just to be a full-time therapist to help people. I want to be in charge of a program. I just want to be a therapist, helping people in a way that feels real and meaningful. And the opportunity appeared. I love this magazine right here. I actually find some really cool quotes. But that man right there, that was him. That was my focal point. I knew it as soon as I saw it. His stern eyes, but gentle spirit. His hands placed in a calming way. kind of how I felt. And then he has this nice watch on, which to me signified time. And I always like to just put some sort of nature on there. So there you see that old hello there. There you see the doors. But that man was a reminder that time is passing. Not in a scary way, in an honest way. We don't have unlimited time to become ourselves. But we have today, and each today ends up being our lifetime. I love doing these meaningful morning spreads. To me, they're like therapy with myself. As women later in life, like myself, we still carry the pressure to prove we're still growing, still producing, still earning our place. But eventually we have to ask the question, am I living a way that feels like me? You guys, it felt so wonderful to just trust, be able to just know that I don't have to finish another degree, have enough courage to just learn the things that I want to learn, and still, if I want to do the things that I want to do to make the big changes and have an understanding of how to do that, I can learn how to do that. So in the end, you guys, this spread for me was about giving myself permission. And unfortunately, it was triggered by the loss of our dear friend. Sometimes that happens. It's permission to change direction. Permission to outgrow goals that once made sense. And permission to stop collecting proof of things or accomplishments and start collecting experiences that feel like my actual life. So I'm going to leave you now with some music and my thoughts. And I'll come back at the end and say goodbye and have a wonderful day. But I hope this all makes sense. And I hope you understand how I put this whole journal page together. And I was pretty vulnerable, giving you a piece of what's inside my heart. Sometimes when I journal in these early mornings. So enjoy the rest of this. And give yourself permission to change direction if you see that that's something you want to do. All right. Okay, so this is my spread for today. It's a reflection of how I'm feeling lately. It's about me giving myself permission to stop proving, to stop thinking I need more than I need, I'm enough, and to live fully aligned and just becoming. The doors signify new possibilities, the books signify that I can educate myself, and just being human and here and being who we really are, being authentic. I love this. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys can reflect if you can, and you can relate to some of this. Please leave it in the comments, and I love to hear. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.